discussing is health issues with Mongolia. World Health Organization latest daily data from 2004. Dailies attributed to all causes in Mongolia is 23,523. Long-COVID disease category accounts for 16,023 for 243 of the total days. Communicable disease accounts only for 706 of the total. Injuries make up the final 2,524 of the daily data from all causes, indicating a shift from communicable diseases to non-communicable diseases, which indicates Mongolia is currently undergoing the ecological transition.
The main public health issue is liver cancer because Mongolia has the highest mortality rate for liver cancer in the world. This high level of alcohol dependency may contribute to high numbers of liver cancer by worsening cases of liver disease already caused by Hep C and Hep B. Another public health issue we'd like to address are injuries. Injuries are a leading cause of death in Mongolia and are progressively becoming an even bigger problem. We won't address top causes of child death as one of our main public health issues because under 5 mortality rate, infant mortality rate, and neonatal mortality rates have all been on the decline for the past few decades. We also chose not to address tuberculosis as one of our main public health issues because the incidence rates have been on the decline in Mongolia for the past few decades as well.
The top causes of death among child populations are diarrhea, asphyxia, sepsis, congenital defects, and respiratory diseases such as pneumonia. The top causes of death among adults are cardiovascular disease, respiratory infections, diarrheal disease, injuries such as poisonings and road traffic accidents, and malignant neoplasms such as liver cancer. A main public health issue that we would like to address is the increasing prevalence of cardiovascular disease. This is a main public health issue due mainly to increases in unhealthy lifestyle behaviors as a result of the rapid urbanization occurring within the country. This trend of increasing urbanization has led to consumption of more processed food.
In Mongolia, a majority of the population has respiratory infection, lung cancer, and liver cancer due to smoking and alcohol use. Based on a WHO survey, 24.2% of the population smokes daily, while 19.8% drank in the past year, while 5.9% of those were heavy drinkers. Another risk factor to assess includes cardiovascular disease due to lack of exercise and an unhealthy diet. A WHO survey in 2005 showed that 23.1% of the population had low levels of activity, and 72.5% of the population had an unhealthy diet containing too much fats and meat and low amounts of vegetables. Lastly, deaths due to injury make up a big portion of total death in Mongolia. Being a developing country with higher unemployment rates, it is unsurprising that the workers will not put work safety in higher priority. In addition, these workers usually go around in cars, and the fact that total traffic deaths account to 6.79% of all deaths reflect the harms of the loose and lenient driving policies in Mongolia.
The first action plan is to decrease the rate of smoking and drinking. The two primary target population groups, those who already started smoking and those who yet to start. For those who already started smoking, we can do this by replacing fancy brand name and packaging with plain packaging of warning signs with pictures, as well as increasing the price on the merchandise. And the revenue gained from this effort will go towards supporting campaign to quit smoking. And to the group that already yet to start, we can do this by removing the popular belief of smoking and drinking as being a form of luxury, and instill a new belief that this action are merely expensive way to self-destruct.
First focus of the action plan is geared towards younger populations to decrease cardiovascular disease by raising public awareness for importance via television, radio, and flyer circulation. Firstly, public institute and local communities should propel healthier lifestyles via sport clubs in conjunction to creating public facilities and lowering costs to use them. Government can also develop population's interest in sports through popularizing sporting events by co-sponsoring with sportwear companies. And the second focus will target nomadic Mongolians and will be installing greenhouses to increase the vegetable and fruit availability. The action plan against injuries are designed to decrease the overall incidence of injury in two overlapping populations, driving and working population. In driving population, increasing the severity of the consequence to dangerous driving, as well as implementing more forces in roadside implementations will be sufficient. And for the working factor, we will increase the jurisdiction of the labor unions to increase the stability and rights of the workers so they are allowed more freedom to choose to work in a safe environment.